along with some very large leafy cliffs. The sun is high in the sky still, and it trinkles and makes it glittery across the ocean waves that lap against the shore. You can smell honeysuckle and other fruit smells as it drifts through the jungle trees and winds. And you come across the beach, um, and you just feel lighter, but also heavier at the same time with knowledge. What do you do?
So, what to do first, guys? I know the ultimate goal is to find this mermaid and get off, but at the same time, we didn't really get the information about Pan that we wanted.
I don't know. I mean, we could always just look for Ursula and look for the ship and head out, but if you think we have other business on Neverland, I guess we should take care of that first.
And they're sort of like fiddling with her fingers a little bit, not meeting anybody's eyes. But it's like, I mean, I know it's not our major goal, but if the first sent this Peter Pan off to find his shadow and he still hasn't returned, it sounds like he might need help.
But the first Elias didn't even give us a clue. Where would we start to look?
Mira's gonna turn over him to Noah and be like, "Did he give you any idea of where like he lost his shadow or where he might be able to find it?"
Hmm. And he like stops for a minute and he looks deep in thought, and then he looks back over to you and he's like, "Well, all he said was that he was going to petition the first to find his shadow, and then Elias said something about he sent him on his way. His concerns aren't anything for him. But Peter Pan's biggest adversary on the island is Captain Hook. So if he's missing, maybe he has something to do with it."
That could be.
That's true.
And Captain Hook would be where the Jolly Roger is that's where we're supposed to end up.
Yeah,
Right.
makes sense to
But
me.
we're kind of close to the Mermaid Lagoon, and the Pirate's Cove is on the other side of the island.
Should we grab Ursula first?
At least talk to her. Tinkerbell, what do you think? And she kind of flits around Noah a little bit, and she starts to jingle and say something in her language. And Noah says, "Are you sure we can?" And her little more jingles and tinkles kind of split out, and Noah's like, "Okay, sure." Tinkerbell says that the mermaids have been hanging out around here, and that Ursula can be found in a cove not far.
Okay, let's start heading that way.
Everyone
Show the
agree?
way, Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
So Tinkerbell starts to kind of fly off as you guys trail along the beach line, just kind of enjoying the ambience of the beachfront and the ocean and the kind of paradise of what Neverland is. You're also kind of thinking about Everos and the darkness and the bad stuff that's happening back home, kind of, in that juxtaposition of between the two. And eventually, Tinkerbell stops before a cavern where seawater has kind of gone into, as well as there is a shelled path that goes in it as well. Tinkerbell stops, and then she goes and she lands on Noah's shoulder. And Noah's like, Tinkerbell wants to stay out here, and I'll stay with her if you guys want to go talk to her.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
You sure she's in this cavern?
that's what Tinkerbell says.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll go talk to her.
Cool. So you guys head in into the cavern, looking for um, this mermaid Ursula. As you're going, you're seeing the dripping of water, kind of cascading down the sides of the walls, and the glitterings of maybe diamonds or jewels or emeralds are just kind of embedded in the cave. Um, the smell of salty seawater kind of fills your noses as you come across kind of an underground with a hole in the ceiling of the cavern with like beautiful sunlight cascading down the water, and the water is just beautiful cerulean blue. You can see down to the bottom. You're seeing tropical fish swim around, and you can see straight to the bottom. of this cove, and then eventually the pathway stops. What do you do?
Well, looks like we have to go swimming.
Maybe not yet. And Willow looks around in the little cove area where she could see. Is it deep or is it not very deep?
From your echo, or from not from your echo, but from your point of view, it looks like it would be shallow, but that's kind of how things happen when you look through water. Everything looks shallow if it's clear water.
Okay. Huh. She said that she was in here? Hello, Ursula?
You start to hear a faint singing from behind some rocks. It just kind of flows throughout the entirety of the cove, um, and it's like humming a wonderful tune. And then you see something in the water below, something dark and liquidy and almost ink-like. And then finally, something breaks the surface, and you see a woman, and she giggles, and she's like, "Oh, well, hello there.
Hi, are you Ursula?
Yes. How'd you know?"
I don't know if you would believe this, but the first told us your name.
Interesting. What does the first want you to do with me?
Well, we wanted to offer you a way off of Neverland, if you would like to come with us.
You see her kind of just lazily float on her back, and as tentacles kind of breach the surface and kind of just casually and lightly like go up and down through the waters, and she backstrokes across the waters of the cavern. She says, "I do want off this island and to go back home to Atlantica. It's been very long."
How long? How'd you get here?
Came here through a portal, the same portal that brought the Jolly Roger here. I don't remember how long ago it was, but it was a long time.
Well, if you're willing to come with us, although I'm not quite sure how. The Jolly Rogers are key to get home.
You're offering an escape route, but don't have a plan?
We weren't really told many details, and we know nothing of Neverland.
Yeah. Look, I mean, you don't have to come with us, but we just thought, we would offer.
Tired of spending my days here in this lagoon, and the other mermaids are practically boring. But I think I could go with you. But I don't know if I want to hang out with pirates.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we have to take care of the pirates first. I'm not sure quite how we're going to do that. But
Oh, you're going to kill them.
If it comes down to self-defense and we have to fight them for the ship, there might be casualties, but it's not our end goal.
Interesting. You know, my brother's wife was killed by a band of pirates. I don't see much eye to eye with them. I'd be willing to join your cause.
That'd be fantastic.
The pirates have something of mine. Captain Hook is the one who stole it from me. It's a seashell necklace. Give me my magic. I need it. If you get it, then I'll consider it. But I do know a way off this island. I just need that shell first.
Okay, we can help you get it.
Perfect. We have a deal.
I don't really like
Just be
that
careful.
word.
What?
A deal?
Okay, well then. I guess I'll spend my days here. Enjoy. Good luck.
Wait.
And she
We
dives
have an
deep
agreement.
to underwater. And she swims back over and plops up onto one of the rocks. Well, an agreement is similar to a deal. Don't worry, it's just a little tit for tat. I help you off this island, you get my shell.
What is your shell? You said magic?
Stole it from my brother. He used to make me lure pirates and other humans to their deaths after they killed his wife. I don't much enjoy doing that anymore. My singing voice is for me and me only.
Respect.
He's the reason I'm here.
Your brother?
And yes, and the reason I'm trapped here is because of Captain Hook.
I'm guessing he had a vendetta against you?
Well, he was the last person I was supposed to lure to their death. But after that, I was done. I was giving it up. But of course, The night that I want to quit is the night he decides to throw a portal into the water, and he, his ship, and his crew and I were slipstreamed down into Neverland. In the kerfuffle and all, he stole my shell. That shell is the only key off of Neverland, at least for us.
Okay.
What do you mean for us? Is there other ways to get off, but we're not accessible to it?
Yeah, you could say so. There's a little boy here, calls himself Peter Pan. He has the ability to help others learn how to fly with a bit of pixie dust. But without him present, flying is not an option.
We actually think he's gone missing.
Seems strange. No wonder there's been no more boys coming to the island.
Do you think Captain Hook has anything to do with Peter Pan?
Oh, they hate each other.
Looks like Hook has
Why
a
do
lot
they
of
hate
enemies.
each other?
Hook does make a lot of enemies. But so does Peter. They've always been at odds ever since I've been here to Neverland. You know, I did watch from the ocean one day when Peter cut off Captain Hook's hand.
I could see that for reason of bad blood in between two individuals.
Yeah, he fed it to some crocodile that lives over in Crocodile Creek. Quite interesting.
I've never heard of this crocodile. Something along the lines of it having control over the rivers or tides or something like that.
Quite smart, aren't you? Yes, the crocodile is a guardian of water, the water spirit of some sort. And he's usually the one that allows mermaids to go through slipstreams. But after a while, slipstreams aren't indeed opened by mermaids anymore. Probably something to do with the crocodile.
Could it be with the crocodile not actually being here?
I guess that does make sense. I've never known Neverland without the crocodile, but now that you speak of it, makes sense.
Because we've met a crocodile similar not too long ago.
Really? Been summoned somehow. Someone powerful, most likely.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was very powerful, yes.
Alright. Well, my little angel fishes, it's been fun, but if you can get that magical necklace back from Captain Hook, we all have a deal.
Can you come with us, or are you going to stay here in your little cove?
No, I will tend here. Good luck, though.
Right.
Thanks, we might need it.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice on how to deal with Hook? You said you've ran into him a couple times and everything. You might have some more intel for us?
Never trust a dirty pirate. That's all I have to say.
Good advice, thank you.
Ta-ta now, lovelies. I'll see you soon. And she dips below the water again. Beeldu?
That was incredibly strange.
Really? That's the strangest thing you've seen this entire time?
Did I say it was the strangest thing I'd seen this entire time?
No, but it's the only thing you've mentioned to comment.
Maybe it's the only thing worth mentioning.
Really, nothing else.
Eh.
Well, I guess let's go find that necklace.
I was gonna say, during the minute she starts calling out Trig, Mira's just gonna start scooting her way out of the cavern. Just a little bit.
I'll follow Mira out.
Alright. So you guys head back over to the cavern and kind of relay this information to Noah, and you guys start heading towards the Pirate Cove by being led by Noah and Tink. It takes you a little bit to get across the island, and then eventually you come down a small cove where there is a large pirate ship in the middle of the bay. You come down to the beachfront, and you can see it just off in the distance. And there seems to be singing and merriment on top of the ship as well, coming from inside and on deck.
Like a party.
What do you
there
think
it
we
is.
should do?
Would it be beneficial to stake it out first instead of going gun ho into, a almost guaranteed fight? Do a little recon?
Just a bunch of pirates.
I mean, if we dress up like them and kind of just come on board and dance, we might be able to ask around for the necklace or sneak our way into the captain's quarters.
I think they're going to question random pirates joining them on their ship because they've been here for how long? As long as Ursula? There's no new pirates to come and join their merry band.
Would they
Especially
notice?
from my knowledge of pirates, as little as it is, there's very few female pirates.
Sarah's gonna look at one, and she's gonna do disguise self to look exactly like the one she's looking at as a male. And she's gonna turn
Looking
around and be
who?
like, "Huh?
Looking at who?
Oh, I'm a random pirate up on the deck."
Okay. They're a little far to see.
Okay.
Um, yeah, they're a little. You have to have like binoculars or something to kind of see in detail someone.
Okay. Never mind. Sarah will say nothing.
We could always ask politely for an audience with Mr. Hook.
Because pirates really take nicely to polite requests. That makes sense.
And what do you suggest, Treg?
Well, most of the time when pirates are acting this way, or at least what I've seen, especially around like New Orleans and the Bayou, and then just in travels, they're enjoying libations. Depending on how much they drink, we may go unnoticed. I don't think recon's out of the question, but I don't think we need to take this as seriously as some of you are.
We could also like have bait, like one of us be bait, and get onto the ship as like an inside person.
What about that damn crocodile?
It's back in Everus. That we know of.
Okay, but the crocodile ticked, correct?
I don't think that has been discussed.
It hasn't? I thought it was.
I don't think so.
I apologize, never mind, backing up. Okay, but even if it is there, that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't disguise someone that can do that, or create something to look like a crocodile, use it as a cover, create some mayhem.
The only thing is that Elias said that we had to have Ursula and the ship.
So we've got to get the necklace before we get the ship? Or do you guys at all have sailing experience to where we could sail the ship around the entire island to go get her?
Wait, what if
Valid
Captain Hook
question.
wants? What if Captain Hook wants to go back just as bad as everybody else does? Just
Yeah.
as bad as Ursula.
What adult
Why
wants
don't
to
we
go
just
back
talk
to
to him?
having any sort of responsibility?
They have to be out about booze by now.
That's a good point.
Oh, damn, and an island full of kids with no booze?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
if this is an island of dreams, couldn't anybody who dreams of booze like magically appear?
But I
And
thought
that's
it
what
was.
Elias was getting at.
I
But
thought it
does
was
it work
children.
the same for adults? Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it doesn't really
Children.
seem like we can just manifest stuff.
I'm gonna think real hard on Flower.
I mean, I'm a child. Okay.
Could you dream us some booze? That could be our welcome, hello present.
I don't know how anyone just dreams something. You have to be asleep. I'm not particularly.
Not only
tired.
that, but Noah, I know that you grew up in your mom's tavern, but have you actually partaken in booze?
No, Mom would never let me. Not that I really ever wanted to. Saw what it does.
But
to
you know
people.
what it looks like.
Of course.
I think this would be the literal definition of piss water.
Piss water. I think that's pretty easy to make. We don't have to dream that.
Not
Thank you for
literally.
that, Noah. I like this kid.
Well, or we could just use that dinghy boat over there that's been hiding under way of all those leaves and brush.
Sneak
And do
on.
what with it exactly, darling?
Let's talk to him. Pan always said that he was a codfish. I mean, what more than a band of codfish pirates could best some of the coolest adventures I've ever known?
Also, these are all male, and we are mostly female, and they might have been deprived of seeing the female stature for a minute, so they might just be welcome.
Sarah, I have two things wrong with that statement. And
Yes?
the third thing is that there's a child present.
We don't want to be naked! But we can just like be alluring.
Okay, is someone like working on a car?
Sorry, Tyler's decided to clean the grill. Bear with me.
It's okay. Noah goes over to the boat and starts pulling off like the vines and leaf coverings, and he starts trying to push it out into the ocean. He's like, I say we just go aboard.
Well, once again, though, would it not be more beneficial still use the boat, still get on, but maybe certainly if they're in the middle of their revelry, wait till they're drunk off their butts and fall asleep and just sneak on in the middle of the night and get what we need?
We don't know if they're drinking.
And the thing with Neverland is, days are long, and nights are short.
Didn't know that bit of information. And she's sort of just gonna, like, just back out of the conversation, like, I have nothing helpful to say.
All right, well, come on. Who's with me? Who's ready to start an adventure? Come on, they're just a bunch of pirates.
Willa
right.
goes and she helps Noah like scoot the boat to the ocean.
Sarah's also helping. She's like, yeah, they're nothing. We'll just talk to them.
Yeah.
We're
I mean,
female.
might as
Willa
well.
side eyes Safiria. Or I'm sorry.
Yeah, you do.
Sarah
Saphira's back.
Wait,
Um,
what?
So,
And then Sarah.
Sarah's like, Saphira in the sky. She's like, ah!
Surprise, bitches!
That is my real name!
Okay, one last ditch attempt. Noah, has anybody else on the island come in contact with the pirates that might be able to be in a position to help us?
5 of them are dead, and one of them is missing.
Fair
And one of
enough.
them's what?
Missing.
Ah,
What happened to the rest of the tribe of Tiger Lily?
Oh. It was weird. It was like one day they were there, and the next day were gone. It was like we remembered them, but slowly they faded from memory, and it wasn't until you brought it up that I remember.
Oh,
Maybe sometime in the future, having Native Americans in a story is not very sensitive to them.
You know, if you're going to be a writer, it's good that you think about things like that.
Yeah, be very sensitive to the future.
I'm trying.
But let's go. Is anybody else coming?
Yeah,
We got some pirates.
Willa hops on the boat as soon as it's like floating.
let's do it.
All right, so you guys all head onto the boat and start paddling across the shore, and eventually you guys all come up across on top of the deck. You start climbing up one of the ladders that are kind of built into the ship, and all arrive on board. There are a couple pirates here and there, just kind of milling around, chanting sea shanties, just laughing, joking, stuff like that, having full of merriment. But there's absolutely no alcohol or the smell of alcohol anywhere around. This is a children's version of what pirates would be. They don't know, technically, possibly. And then you see who seems to be Captain Hook as he is standing at the back of the boat with a hook for a hand that's silver and bladed and black leathers and dark eyeliner. And they all seem to be just chit-chatting and enjoying themselves. I posted a picture for all of you guys' reference.
Let's just stare at him.
And immediately you notice a very similar familial bond to Noah and Captain Hook.
I knew it. How does Noah react to this? Like,
Noah's the
Or
last
or does
one.
he even notice?
Yeah. Noah has climbed up, but yeah, he's kind of like adjusting his cloak and stuff like that, and he's got his sword, but he doesn't really seem to have noticed someone who looks similar to him at the back of the boat.
like whispering, like as quietly as possible, not to alert any of the pirates of their being there. Mira's just gonna be like, "Hey Noah, what was your dad's profession again?"
Oh, he was an adventurer. Sailed seas, climbed mountains, that whole thing. Why?
Does he look like that?
Noah looks over and to where Mira's pointing, and he immediately, like, his eyes widen. He's like, "Dad?" And he just starts going towards Captain Hook, and like steps in front in the middle of the ship, and he's like,
Can Mira grab him?
"Yeah, go ahead."
Can Trig chastise Mira?
hold on.
Oh, she probably missed.
Just roll an AC.
I was gonna say I rolled a 5.
Oh yeah. So she goes to grasp onto him, but he kind of shoves it off and like steps forward. He's like, Captain James Killian Jones, and immediately all of the pirates kind of stop for a minute, and they all are like just now realizing that there are people on the ship, and Captain Hook looks down. He says, "Hey, is that me boy?" And then you see a smaller, rounder man in nautical-looking clothes and a red cap. He's like, "I wonder if I can do it." I can't do it. Is that your boy Noah? And then Captain Hook, he like jumps over the railing, kind of like does his ease and hops down right in front of him and kind of saunters over to Noah and says, "Well, I'll be damned. It does look like you." And he like walks around Noah, and you see he hit one hand on his sword and the other with his hook. He's like, "Hi, love. Well, I've got what I've come here for. My boy's back in hand, and it's time to leave Neverland and destroy it. Come on, men." And they're all like, "Aye, yeah, like aye," and all that. And then Noah says, "Dad, no, we have someone else to bring off this island as well." And then kind of Captain Hook looks around. He's like, "Your little lasses over there, is that what it is?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, them two, they're my friends, but there is a mermaid. Her name is Ursula. You have something of hers." And Captain Hook's like, "Ah, I have no treasures of no mermaid here." And Noah's like, "Oh, well, she said you did." Captain Hook's like, "Nah, no treasure here. Come on, boy. Let's go talk. It's been a long time since I've seen you." And Noah like turns back to look at his friends and then back at his dad, and he's like, "Okay, but can they come too?" And Captain Hook says, "Aye, that's all right with me. Come on." And he motions for you guys to come over. You all approach.
Yeah,
Mira's
Sure.
gonna be near the back of the group, but she's gonna approach.
So I feel like I haven't been properly introduced by all. What's your names?
Amula, nice to meet you.
Meet you, love.
Sarah's gonna be like Chrissy, go like this. Be like, "My name is Sarah."
Well, well, well. It's very nice to meet you and be your acquaintance, Sarah.
Yours too.
I'm
And he looks
Tara.
over to Trey. Okay, yeah, looks over to Tara. Well, look at you, aren't you a lass? Very well put together.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Tara.
Nice to meet you too.
Looks over to Trey,
Okay, so which of his hands are missing?
his left hand. I
His left
believe-
hand.
I
Okay,
believe
Trig is
it's-
going to step forward and offer his right hand and says, "Trig, friend of Noah's, not a lake."
And he reaches forward with his hook. He says, "Captain Hook." Do you grasp onto it?
Sure.
Okay. You're gonna take 1d6 damage.
Awesome.
You
Let me,
feel you feel the silver alloy burn your skin as you reach out.
Oh, fuck. I take 3 damage.
Ah, you're reluctant to the hook. I see.
He kind of like shrugs and wipes his hand on his pants, as almost like he's trying to wipe away sweat. It's trying not to bring attention to it.
And last but not least, who do we have here?
She's just gonna barely mumble out her name, Mira.
Sorry, love. Can't quite hear you. What'd you say?
It's Mira.
Mira, you said. Nice. Great name. All right, well, we can retire to my cabin. We can speak a little bit more on these matters at hand. It is quite good to meet fellow adventurers such as yourselves. We have much matters to discuss. Come, Mr. Smee. Bring us a round of our finest apple juice. And coconut water. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Aye, aye, Captain. And you guys all head into the cabin of Captain Hook. It is a kind of wooden cabin, not cabinet. room, basically, there is a large kind of feathered bed. There's a table with some maps, some lanterns. There's a dagger kind of in one of the wooden things. Some bookshelves with different trinkets and things of that nature. And then he offers you a seat, on which there are enough for everyone. Go ahead, have a seat. And he sits down and props his legs up on one of the tables and crosses them over.
Sarah's gonna do like a large sweep before sitting down, like looking for the necklace or any like hint of the necklace around. I guess like that could be hiding. Just investigating.
Yep, go ahead, roll.
While she's doing that, just so I know I'm allowed to change my spells every time I go to sleep and take a long rest, but we haven't actually taken a long rest in the past couple times. We've just been getting like potions. Or does that count?
Mm-hmm. The most recent Tiger Lily's potion, that was counted as a long rest.
I got a 22.
So as you're looking around, kind of the interior cabin of Captain Hook, you see a map of Neverland, some books written in a Varian script. There are some portraits of Captain Hook along the walls. You're seeing some gold doubloons and things of that nature. You do come across a portrait of Ronnie and Noah and Captain Hook in front of the Broken Wheel Tavern, and you can see. Do you pick it up or you just glance at it?
I'm gonna glance at it. I probably won't touch anything.
Okay. You just kind of see briefly that the sign above the tavern is the wheel is fixed. It's not broken, hanging off of the chain anymore. And you see that Ronnie seems to be happy. Captain Hook is a little kind of distraught, and Noah just seems to be like a young kid, just tired of being painted and sketched, basically. But it doesn't seem to be a necklace that's on full display, but you do notice that there is a locked chest with 3 keyholes at the foot of his bed.
Okay.
So I need a refresher. Mira would know this. But if you were to cast locate object, would it do any like? Is it something where like the object starts glowing or rattling, or is it just you get a sense of where it is?
Yeah, you get a sense of where it is. Like typically a gold illumination kind of lights up around the object, or if you cannot see it in the general vicinity, you have a pull, like almost a magnetic pull in that direction.
Okay.
All right. So tell me, how did you get to Neverland?
A big old tornado took us here. After we kind of started the end of the world on Everest. So yeah, it's not the best at home, by the way.
The end of the world? What do you mean, lass?
Do you remember the god Oknos?
Of course.
Well, there's kind of been like an uprising to like bring him back, and they kind of almost have succeeded so far. But they brought in the 5 heralds of the apocalypse, basically, where there's fire, tsunamis, tornadoes, earthquakes. Did I miss one? A lot of deadly shit's happening.
Yeah, that sounds.
Eternal twilight somewhere thrown in there.
Yeah, kind
Well,
of.
that doesn't sound good.
The cleansing.
Last bit left. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well.
So that's how we got here because of a giant tornado. Our bad.
Well.
But we're gonna fix it. We know how.
Okay.
And once they're ready, we will head back and we will fix this, right, guys?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So you know, there's just one problem.
Yeah, getting back.
You can only go back to the time frame of which you entered Neverland. So that means if we all went together, we're all not going to be in the same time frame. You're going to be coming back the same time you came through. We're going to be going back the same time we came in. So on and so forth.
I see.
So no time has passed.
Nope. Time in Neverland doesn't pass. Let's just stay young forever.
So, will we remember anything when we get back?
Of course. Though you
So-
might feel like it's a dream. But it was real.
So you'll know to get right back to Noah ASAP.
That is true.
Oh, well, we're good then.
That's
Was
just
that a
fact.
promise?
Of course. I came to Neverland looking for him.
Looking for him.
You know exactly where he was.
Yeah. It's not that hard when you've been on someone's trail for a long time.
But he's been at the broken wheel this whole time until.
This timeline.
What?
Timelines, like I just said.
I see.
You're
I
from
get
a
it.
different timeline from me. Always will be. Blame
That
Neverland.
makes sense. Okay.
Right.
But why would you have come looking in Neverland for Noah if he was with his mother till recently?
I found him on the night of his leaving when Peter Pan took him out of his window. That night I was coming to save him. And I followed him here.
And you
2
just
years.
knew how to open a portal?
Yeah. It's not that hard when you know how. That's why I have this. And he pulls something out from underneath his clothing, and you see it's this golden looking shell necklace.
Oh. That's a very pretty necklace you got there.
That it is. Got it from one of the mermaid kings, King Triton. Although its magic is useless if I don't have a mermaid singing to it. It holds charges. I used one charge before to get here. Now, we gotta get one to get out.
What if we might have a mermaid that might be willing?
Where is she?
You sort of dragged her along with you here. She lives on a cove just on the other side. Squid-like.
I dragged her along here.
According to her, it's something about getting caught in your portal when you were trying to come here.
That explains the singing that we heard. I thought it was just one of them sirens. But if it was a mermaid, that's a different story. Okay, let's talk to her. Bring her
Wait.
aboard.
How did you have it already charged up?
From King Triton.
How did you get it from him?
Talked, we had negotiated a deal.
So,
What kind of deal?
Why do you care all of a sudden?
I'm curious about the magic of mermaids.
Well, then you should probably talk to a mermaid about that.
just to get this straight, the necklace just has to be near a singing mermaid, and then it'll charge up,
Yep. We can open up a slipstream real easy.
and it just has to be around singing.
Yeah, the mermaid's voice is one of the most powerful magical things that from the mermaid folk.
Would you let us borrow the necklace for a minute?
No. The necklace stays with me.
But when talking about this, you keep saying that it's any, well, mermaid singing. Does that mean any mermaid?
Yeah, I suppose so. I'm not an expert in magic, especially mermaid magic.
Well, it seems like you have a leg up on me because I'm not exactly an expert on mermaids, haven't gotten out much. Can you describe what a mermaid looks like for me?
Yeah, half human, half fish.
Okay, but fish, not like tentacle-y.
Like an octopus?
Sure.
I don't know, suppose so, it's true.
Interesting. Thank you.
Y'all are very inquisitive.
I actually have 2 plans in mind to get this voice, actually. I've met some mermaids here that I kind of made friends because we're kind of cousins. And I have a shell here that I could probably talk to one. Or the fun way where I disguise you as not yourself. We go down and see this Ursula mermaid. She sings for us a song, and we bring her back, kidnapping her. Sounds fun. Or she just comes like willy-nilly. I know she wants the necklace, but if you're not gonna give it up, then that's gonna be an issue. But I mean, zapping her and cautious, getting her back on the boat, after she sings, we'll be fine. You can keep your necklace. You just get to go back home. Sounds great, right, guys?
So kidnapping.
Yeah, and the only flaw in that is I don't leave my ship, love.
Well,
That's
it,
really
all?
boring.
Yeah, I feel safer here.
Then how are you gonna find your son?
That's what they're for.
but if you won't leave
Yeah.
your ship and you won't let anyone else carry the necklace, then how are you going to get a mermaid to sing for it?
Comes on board.
Right. Of course.
Just let me know if this is a sensitive question. Like, you came here looking for your son. Got that. And obviously you had your crew go out and try to find him. Is there any reason why they might be murdering other little boys to try to find yours?
Murder? Are you accusing me and my buyers of murder?
We were told that the skeletons of little boys we found in the woods was from...
Well, my orders to my crew was get my boy back by any means necessary. So I would say that if they were harboring him, he looks over to Noah, who is like pale white and seasick, they might have disposed of them. My hands are clean. I didn't kill anyone.
That makes sense.
But are you responsible for your crew?
They're men. Are they really responsible for anyone?
Well, you're the captain. They're all under you. Didn't they tell you that they murdered boys?
Might have forgotten. Neverland does that to you.
So what do you think we should do then? You want us to just go kidnap this mermaid, bring her here, and force her to sing for you?
Kidnap, persuade, talk to, invite, whatever means necessary.
Okay. That'll go over well, I'm sure.
You went off this island, I went off this island, and from the looks of it, this mermaid went off the island as well.
Well, we should just talk Ursula into coming with us, saying like he won't leave the boat, give you the necklace, but if you really want off, you gotta sing. Maybe they can make a deal with each other.
Sure. And if she doesn't listen, we will take her by force. Or find a different mermaid.
Huh?
Maybe
I'm
we
beginning
should
There
to
we
just,
go,
like
now
this
you're talking.
already.
maybe we should just go straight to a different mermaid. I mean, the first did say Ursula needed to come with us, but maybe it would be easier if we found someone else.
But if it's easier, is it necessarily the right of sway?
You know, I read in my book one time that sometimes there comes a time between choosing what is right and what is easy. And if Elias the First said that Ursula comes along, Ursula comes along.
Okay?
Let's go and try to persuade her.
We'll go talk to her.
Perfect. Well, good luck to y'all. Glad we had this little chat. Good deal, I'd say. All right, so you all head back to Ursula.
Is Noah coming with us?
No, Noah's staying there. All right.
Before we get there, I want to bring up the fact. I'm gonna be like, so, what do you think Noah is going to do? Actually, is he going to come with us, or is he going to trade places with the first?
Where are you talking about this?
When we're walking to Ursula.
Okay.
What does this ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, his mind might be changed now that he found his dad.
Yeah. I don't know.
True. We never really asked him how he was doing after that revelation.
That's a good point, but I think the more important point right now is we've been given two opposite different stories. Have been told by one that not to trust a pirate because they lie, and then by the other that they didn't even know the other existed, and given us a completely different story. But also know that this man has no problem with murdering children.
I mean, that sounds like miscommunication to me.
You're really gonna give him the excuse of miscommunication.
I mean, it sounds like he didn't even know, and she is just like, he's a liar. Like, Fae are liars, and we believed her.
I thought the Fae couldn't lie.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's kidding. I got the opposite. I didn't mean that.
I thought you were gonna go with like they tell the truth, but in a way it almost is like a lie. But
That's what I meant.
But who's to say if he... Because you're right, it could have been a miscommunication. I've never met a captain ever to not give direct, like, commands. And when they don't give direct commands, they're okay with any outcome. So who's to say somebody who's okay with the possibility of children being harmed not being one to lie about taking something from a mermaid, and who's to say this is even a mermaid? I don't know.
Yeah.
Not only that, but with the murder of children going on, he's not even present because he refuses to leave a ship, even though his son is right there. Who is to say that his son wouldn't have been mistaken for one of the children, quote unquote, harboring? Yeah.
It is a little fishy.
Yeah,
And see,
if
that
I
brings
had
us
like
back around to the whole mermaid thing. Like, should we trust Ursula?
Her story is the most believable, compared to Captain Hook shrugging off when we told him the death of children.
But Captain Hook is Noah's dad, and Ursula seemed
Unless
kind of
he's lying.
weird too. Yeah, but they look so much alike. Do you really think he's lying? Like, I mean, even from across the ship. You have to admit they have a lot in common.
Fair, they do, but oh, I don't know. Never mind.
Well,
This might not hold any merit, but Noah's powerful from what they said, correct?
correct.
right.
Very.
This couldn't be he's just somehow created some or took somebody existing to fit, his need to have his dad back with it.
And dreamed them into existence.
Because, I mean, if the one thing that I'm not getting in this is he unhappily left his marriage, correct? To travel and do his own thing?
Kind of seems like
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Why keep a happy portrait then of your wife and son? Why isn't, I mean, I'm no expert, but I wouldn't necessarily want to keep around a reminder of something I'm trying to escape.
And what sort of pirate drinks apple juice?
Just the whole thing doesn't feel right. I really don't think rushing into anything is the right idea. Certainly, since now we know that you don't have to rush because we're just going to go right back to being in a complete ruined castle because a tornado just went through.
True.
When you say it doesn't feel right, are you talking about just this whole Captain Hook Noah thing, or are you talking Neverland?
The whole situation, like,
On that we can agree.
this whole place just seems off. And I mean, if it's anything close to what everybody experienced in the void, because the relationship, I mean, it makes sense, but nothing seems to be able to take at, face value here.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to use our best judgment. And, if Ursula wants off this island, she might just have to get over her feelings about pirates. If she agrees to come with us and sing, and that amulet works, then all of us can leave Neverland. It could be
Go
peaceful.
right back to where we started.
Yeah, it could be peaceful, and, no matter what, whenever we go back, we are gonna end up back in the ruins. Maybe if we just talk to Ursula, she'll be reasonable, and if she absolutely refuses, then I guess we're gonna need a backup plan. But if she wants off the island, it would be really silly for her to refuse. Like, I mean, yeah, I know, I get it, she doesn't like pirates, but, like, it's that or be stuck here forever, it seems like.
But she also has a big point of leverage against us of we can't get off without the song.
We'll find a different mermaid.
That's what I'm thinking.
If any other mermaid's going to want to do it.
I'm sure that somebody will. She's got this vendetta against pirates, but, I mean, if you want off the island bad enough, like I said.
Well, correct me if I am wrong, but connecting the dots here, if Hook got that shell necklace from King Triton, that means it was back on Everos. So the other mermaids here would know nothing of it, so they shouldn't have a qualm against singing for it.
Right.
What if the other mermaids don't work because they're from here?
We won't know unless we try. I mean,
They're not from here.
I don't see why that would matter. They're magic. I mean, Sarah said all of Neverland is magic as fuck, so.
Very descriptive.
But they are from Atlantica. One nice book with them. They
Oh,
said
they are?
slipped here through a slipstream. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they were another dreamt up conjuration.
I mean, maybe some of them are, but she sounded pretty knowledgeable of slipstreams and going back and forth when I mentioned Everos.
So if they're knowledgeable about slipstreams, would they have knowledge of how to possibly slip on out of here without any of these cockamamie ideas?
Well, she said the slipstream dried up. It might be because of that necklace or the crocodile.
Well, on the bright side then, that means the other mermaids are probably just as eager to get off of Neverland.
Fair.
Let's talk to Ursula, and if it doesn't work, we'll find a different mermaid. It seems reasonable, right?
Right.
But
Yeah.
should we mention the necklace, or should we maybe just lure her onto the ship, you think? I mean, how should we have a plan?
We should have a plan, but luring someone onto a massive sea vessel doesn't exactly seem doable.
Well, she didn't seem like she was going to go anywhere till we brought the necklace to her, which is also problematic because then if we're going to then somehow trap her and take her there,
Didn't you want to sing?
One,
But who's to
difficult.
say we don't start with Mother Mermaid?
I'd say that's probably the best way, so at least we can rule it out. Because I don't know about you guys or who to trust, but if Hook is right, we've been around too many individuals that have used us to get an instrument that has caused doom and destruction when they didn't have it already in their hands. If she's asking for something that's not hers, I can't imagine she has necessarily a good, non-selfish plan for it.
Okay, real quick. Was it just Mira that picked up on the fact that I was thinking that it wasn't hers because it came from King Triton, or did everyone else kind of pick that up too?
No, we picked that up. Well, I picked that up.
Well, one of them's lying.
It's
Or
hard
we
to tell
take the
who
route
it
of both
is.
of them are lying and we watch for our own asses.
I was gonna say, or both.
But the first said we need to take Ursula and the Jolly Roger. The first didn't say anything about Hook.
Yeah, but if that's Noah's dad.
Fair, but the first didn't really seem to be an issue for us until we got here, so if we get out of here, the first is also not our problem anymore.
Except the first is our solution to, not die.
Yeah, the first got rid of my curse. I don't want to disobey. That seems like, they're on our side.
It's the son of the god and the goddess. I don't think that we can go against what he said. Let's try to talk to Ursula.
Yeah, I think we should go in and try to talk to Ursula, and maybe she'll be reasonable. I think we need to just
Fine.
give her an ultimatum. Come with us or
Fine,
stay here.
whatever.
Quick question. Before we go into the cove. I would like to craft a net. Just in case we have to take her.
It'll take a long time.
It'll take a long time? Okay, never mind.
How far away are we from the boat to where we could just row back? It's like, hey! This is out of character, by the way.
You've already reached Sword and you've already been walking towards the cove.
Okay, never mind. I wish I would have thought of this sooner. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Do we have anything else we could use? I mean, I have the bag of holding, but it's occupied.
I could charm her, possibly.
That would work?
I mean,
Does magic work here the same way it does in Everos? Will it actually do what we're trying to do?
Yeah, that's my problem, because technically I do have a spell that can be useful. I just don't know how well it would work.
Or, sorry, go
no,
ahead.
go ahead. You're
Or, since mermaids like music so much, Willow pulls out her pan flute, and she's like, I could play for her.
Wait, you can play the pan flute? Why does this not come into play earlier?
Last time I played, these guys made fun of me, and I've been nervous to pull it out again, but it's something I enjoy. I'm not necessarily good at it.
First, are they going to look at the group with this look of like, it's music, guys. Why would you make fun of it? Type like judgment.
And Willow like puts it to her face, and she's like, doo-doo, like from like Peter Pan.
Roll performance.
Oh no.
That's a 9. Okay, 11.
So she sings a little You know, do 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 do. It's a little off key. It's not horrible. Like she's definitely practiced.
Sarah's just like this. She's like,
Beautiful.
Tara kind of tries not to laugh, but kind of laughs.
Mira just puts on her poker face and it's like, it's beautiful.
Thank you, Mira. I've been trying really hard.
Alright, so we're entering the cave.
Yeah.
Mira is actually going to stay at the like lip of the cave and not actually go in, sort of as lookout.
Everyone else goes in.
yeah.
So you guys head into the cave, and as you kind of get deeper and deeper in, following your same footprints from before, you hear the singing erupt from the cave again. This time they're actually making words, and you can hear her actually start to sing, and you hear her sing.
I'm just listening.
That is rather beautiful, guys.
Yeah, it beats your pan flute.
Said it before
So-
I could.
How dare you?
You see Ursula rise from the depths of the of the cove with water, and she's like, "Oh, back already, angel fishes. So did you get the necklace?"
Not exactly, but kind of.
So what
The
happened?
answer's no.
Oh dear. Well, what happened?
But-
Tell me it all.
We brokered a deal.
Another deal. Okay.
You would have to go to the necklace.
So you did find where it is, and Captain Hook does have it, right?
Yes, yes, and we can get you off Neverland, but you're gonna have to be willing to come with us.
Okay. I'm guessing Captain Hook wants to return back to Everos as well.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Do you
No funny
think-
business?
No funny business. Do you think that you could put your feelings aside long enough for all of us to get back home, and then we'll figure out the necklace thing during that time? Because otherwise, you know, you might just have to stay here, and we really want to get you back if that's what you want. We want to help you.
Alright. But if something smells fishy, I'm out. I want full protection.
Agreed.
You do
He's
know how
gonna
that
come
necklace
in.
works, right?
Of course. I'm the only
Okay.
one who can use it.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
At her mention of something smelling fishy, he's just gonna kind of give her a look and just a once over.
Is there something wrong, Cuttlefish? You are quite the catch of the day, I must say.
Just because you haven't seen anybody in a while.
That's true.
Oh well, I understand. You know I could go on for hours. But, alright. We shall go. But the second something goes down, it's fathoms below for all of you.
Fair enough, I guess. We want this to be peaceful, and we want it to work out for everybody, so you can trust us. But, you know, we have to be able to trust you too.
The trust is all yours, darling.
Okay, so how does this work? Do you need like a fish tank, or can you walk?
Can last outside of water, darling.
I don't know. I've never met a
I
mermaid before.
appreciate thought. We're not mermaids. I am a Cecilia. They have the upper body of a human and the lower body of an octopus. Our father got
So
that.
you're not a mermaid.
No.
He's just gonna turn around and walk out.
Don't worry about him. He's a grouch.
Bit me head off like a shark.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like that. So, you can walk?
Yeah, I'll swim. Oh, I know where that Jolly Roger is.
So wait, can you, when you sing around the necklace, what happens?
Blows. I have the ability to control it.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
It was a gift from my father, and my brother got his Triton. Powerful object, but I was much more happy with the mystical side of things.
Oh, your brother's King Triton.
You know of our people.
Well, distantly related. Oh, okay. Well, cool. From one world to another. Happy for you to be on board with this.
All right, let's get this going. And Ursula kind of swims through the trail down towards the edge of the cove. And she peers up and she looks over to Mira and she's like, you shouldn't linger in doorways. It's rude. One might question your upbringing.
I was gonna say that entire time they're in there, just 'cause I'm gonna take advantage of this. Mira's looking at rocks, specifically trying to find a rock with a ring around it.
Okay, roll investigation.
I figured super magical place might be a good point to start looking. Ooh, what am I looking? Are you using perception
Investigation.
or investigation? Okay, I will take that. A 24.
Okay. So you start scounging around kind of the seaside, looking for shells and things like that. There is a weathered stone that's got bits of like green or jade in it. That does seem like it would be a ring. There's a hole burrowed in through the middle of it. You do find.
She's gonna snatch that up and completely be startled by Ursula coming out and talking to her. I meant no offense.
It's okay. You didn't know, but now you do. Your friends have decided that we're going aboard the ship, much to my disdain, but I guess if we all want to get off this island, I will meet
Sarah?
you all there. Yes, ma'am.
No, you can say that. That's fine. Sarah's gonna walk up behind Mira and be like, "Yeah, funny thing about parents and stuff she said, raised." Keep walking.
Mira just very, very quietly with like almost this like bite to her voice that you guys haven't heard yet. It's like, I didn't get raised by parents, if you remember.
Tara's gonna kind of like touch Mira's shoulder as she walked by and just kind of be like, "It's okay, don't let it bother you."
Sarah's just gonna smirk and wink because she knows the secret. She hasn't
Right.
told anybody yet.
So, Ursula dips underwater as she says that she's going to meet you all there, and you guys head back towards the ship. Eventually, you come back to the dinghy. You cross the ocean, and climb aboard, where Ursula is waiting for you by the entrance to the ladder basically, and you see her like suction cup to the side of the boat and eventually get onto the deck. You see that there aren't really any pirates at this time, and you are starting to see that the sun is setting beyond the mountains. It is kind of a twilighty time. Warm reds, pinks, and oranges kind of cast over the beautiful blue of the lagoon, turning it like a seafoamy green type of color. And Captain Hook is just looking at his hook and turning to the side and says, "Ah, our esteemed guest, welcome. That was much easier than I thought." And Ursula is just scowling at Captain Hook, and she looks over at you guys as if like, "All right, do the talking."
So, are we all like mentally ready to go back?
I guess so.
Mira's just gonna remain quiet.
More than
all-
ever, I guess.
All right.
And then Captain Hook, he
Bless you.
pulls out the golden seashell necklace, and he holds it into his hand, and he's like, "Okay, I fulfilled my end of the deal to have the necklace ready. Now it's up to your friend to sing to power it." And Ursula steps forward. She's like, "Oh, no. I get to hold the shell." And Captain Hook's like, "Oh, sorry, love. This necklace isn't going from anyone." And Ursula like looks at you guys like, "What do you mean?" They said that I would be able to do this. No harm, no foul. Captain Hook's like, "Hey, my hands are tied."
Is Noah anywhere near? Before we continue the negotiations of how this is going to go down, it's sort of really important that Noah is present, because we're not the only one with ties of wanting to go back, and we sort of have a question to ask him before we go back.
He's a little tied up right now below deck, preparing for the slipstream. We don't have much time.
Tied up.
Yes, you were about to go through a slipstream. You want to fly off overboard?
Then let's go down to him.
Okay, but you have just a couple minutes before the sun sets. Sun slept. No more slipstream for us.
Okay, then let's stop talking and let's go and let's. You guys need to figure this out and like put your differences aside. Let's go to Noah.
Who?
All of us, so that we can get the song, get the shell, get the portal, get the heck out.
We're doing this right now on deck. It's the only way it's going to work.
Okay, then
Why
when
is
you-
Noah downstairs?
Because he is being safe and protected by the rest of the crew.
Okay.
We're...
Do you mind if I go down and talk to him then?
Sure.
Trey, why don't you check on Noah too? You have a good connection with him.
Where his face
Some
goes
man
a little
should.
white.
He'll kind of look at Captain Hook and say, "Some man should," and he'll go downstairs.
Oh.
Mira is going to go down begrudgingly with Trick.
Let me know when we're doing switch things, because Willow wants to say something to Ursula and Hook.
Who's all going downstairs? Just Trig and Mira?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. So, no, we'll start with on deck.
So, I have a proposition for both of you. In order for us to get back, why don't you both hold it at the same time, so you're both holding it and both using it, so we can go back, use the slipstream, and then you two can discuss the seashell after we are firmly back in the bays of Everos.
I second that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Honor, I will offer all who is on this ship safe passage back to Everos. Should I be the only one to hold the net?
Why is that so important to you?
Because Neverland needs to be destroyed.
Well, it can't.
But it can. With the
It's
power
a
of the
place-
shell.
It'll be rebuilt.
Eventually, in a different way. But this Neverland will be destroyed forever. No one will be able to return to it.
And that's the problem. Why?
So Pan cannot take other children away from their parents to leave them long and forlorn like us. Like me.
Pan's gone.
For now. He'll return. He always does.
Okay, well that
Just
makes.
as there will be a new Captain Hook, a new Pan, a new adversary, light versus dark. This is a cycle over and over again.
That all makes sense. So Ursula, do you have a problem with that still?
Fine. I want what's best for everyone here too, as they deserve to go back to Everest. This place is disgusting anyways. I'm fine with that. Fine. I have a deal. Just your honor, sir, is what I asked for. You said that you will offer safe passage for everyone on this ship back to Everox as long as I sing and you get the net. Yes? Captain Hook says, on my honor. Versus is fine. Then I will, sir. And she takes a moment and she rattles her voice a little bit and hums, and then she starts to sing. It's the most beautiful singing voice you've ever heard in your life. Just listening to her sing, and then all of a sudden waves start to pick up around the ship as the waves and water starts to move. And then you see this golden beam of light going up into Ursula's throat, and it leaves her mouth as this golden orb of light goes into the air and gets back into the shell, and you see Captain Hook absolutely just giddy with glee, and he's like, ha, now Neverland is destroyed and we go back to Everos. And then you see like Ursula like grasp at her throat as if something bad just happened, and then the storm starts to pick up as dark storm clouds go across the horizon. It's darkening. There's rain pelting the ship, and then in the distance you see a hurricane grow from the depths of the ocean, and then it bends down almost like a claw, and the ship sails straight into this hurricane. the ship starts moving, and you see glimpses of light as gold flashes here and there. Parts of the ship's planks start pulling off. Ursula grasps onto the mast of the ship, and she reaches out her tentacles to you, Tara, and Willa, and Sarah, as if to hold on tight. Do you grasp onto it?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
But Sarah's enjoying this. She's like, yeah, I love hurricanes.
And you see a black shadow envelop Captain Hook as he transforms into a shadowed version of himself, and then it turns into just a black, like just no distinguishing features of the shadow, and then the shadow disrupts, and you see a boy in green leaf clothing with red hair and pointed ears and a hat with a red feather in it. And he's like, you just see him flicker with golden eyes, say, "It's time to do it again." And then water crashes around as the boat gets shredded and torn into pieces. Everyone that's on deck, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
Shit. 13.
8.
Okay. So if you got higher than the 12, you're going to be taking half damage. You're going to be pulling 3d6s. This is just damage from the ship, from the water, just from holding all of that. However, because you all took Ursula's tentacles to be protected, you will only take half of that damage. So Tara, you would be taking nothing. And then you guys would be taking half damage. Because of Ursula's tentacle.
I'm really worried what happened below deck now.
Yeah.
So, briefly below deck, what you guys saw was literally it almost looked like a long hallway. You could tell that this pirate ship is longer than what it should be below deck. It's this long hallway of barrels and things. It feels like you guys have been walking forever. And when you turn around, the stairway to go back up is no longer there. It's almost as if you're trapped in a cycle of just the same hallway over and over and over again. And then eventually you see Noah at the end of this long, elongated hallway, tied up around his mouth with rope, and his arms are tied back behind, and he has a blindfold on. But then by the time you have finally reached him, everything had happened, and just kind of the crazy amalgamation of everything happening. So Trig and Mira, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
That's a nat 20, so I'm at a 22.
Perfect. So with Trig, because Mira was able to roll a 20, Mira, would you reach out and try to keep Trig safe?
Yes.
Okay, so you're able to hold on to that, like you grab onto Trig as you're holding on to Noah, as just the absolute boat is just being torn apart piece by piece, and rain and water and slush is all hitting you. And then finally it all stops. There's no more rain, there's no more ocean. There is the feeling of dryness and earth below you. You can smell what seems to be the smell of pine and earth, and that's just what you're feeling. You hear the distant echoing of woodland creatures, all kind of rushing around, and you feel the warm sunlight of springtime and summer beating down on you through the greenery of the trees. There are bits of the ship stuck into the ground, but most of this is kind of covered up by the underbrush of the forest. And then, kind of when you start to awaken, you notice that there is kind of a brief moment of like, what the fuck? But then you kind of can peer through the trees a little bit and notice that the familiar son of Everos is there high in the sky, as well as kind of this, like, just feeling at home. You're finally back in Everos. You're all together, just you guys, though.
Mira is frantically looking around for Noah at this point.
No,
We made it, guys.
Some of us, I think.
Frank
Well-
will probably be looking for Noah too.
Knew he wouldn't be here.
But you guys don't understand. He was tied up, like gagged and tied up.
What do you mean?
That makes sense because Captain Hook was not Captain Hook.
What?
I think he was Peter Pan in disguise.
So there was no Hook, or was that not Hook, or
I don't know. Maybe he was trying to trick Noah and the rest of us, obviously.
but then where's Noah?
In
Probably
his...
back at his bedroom where he last was before he went to Neverland. That's what we all returned to. Wait, we didn't return back to the chapel or the castle.
No, this doesn't make sense. I mean, what if Noah's still with Peter Pan?
Yeah, he said Pan wasn't going to let him leave. If Pan was the one that was hooked the entire time, who's to say he didn't? He actually came with us, let alone Ursula.
I don't know. I don't really understand what just happened.
Mira's like looking extremely distressed and like both hands in her hair and sort of just like pacing back and forth.
Well, we're back.
Can Willa look around to see if the vegetation is similar to Velen and like if she knows if it would be if we were near it or because some different forests and stuff like that would be slightly different.
Roll nature.
17 plus 7. A high number.
So yeah, you're able to kind of look around. Some of the vegetation looks very normal to you, but you do kind of remember in your studies about botany and herbology and stuff like that that this looks to be an altus type of foliage.
Guys, I don't think we're anywhere near the castle or chapel or wherever we were. I think we're in Altus.
Sarah is smirking to herself. She's kind of like laid out like this, like she's making a snow angel, just staring up the trees and hearing everything. She's just grinning ear to ear.
When you do that, your hand hits something hard and fleshy. Your hand hits on a boot, a woman's boot, which is attached to a leg, which is attached to a dead body. It has been collapsed and pierced through from the ship's like mast and railing and debris. You have killed Fiona.
Oh shit!
What?
What?
Oh shit!
What?
Wait, Fiona was dead!
That doesn't... Oh,
We're in a different timeline
oh
Whoa!
no! No!
because everything's green.
Wait, I'm listening. Like, Mira's super confused.
And it was the Witch of the East who got the house fell on, and we came in through the tornado.
Oh no!
Except it's not a house, guys. It's a boat.
It's a boat.
Oh no!
Sarah's gonna like pick up her hand and be like, "Oops."
It just falls limply back to the earth.
Could be like, "Oh, we didn't do that. That was totally Peter Pan."
And the look of shock on everybody's face. Do we know that person?
Kind
She was
of.
dead.
This isn't
Well,
right.
well, obviously.
No. Way before.
She was dead, like, at the beginning, like, when we first met, and her death kind of started all of this. Lady A, Nathaniel, that's her brother. This isn't right.
How could she be here? She died. Like 3 years ago.
What if it's...
With the time jump.
Are we in the past?
But we were supposed to return to our normal time.
Unless
Huh?
we return to the time that Hook and Ursula left, which would have been a couple years ago.
But that Fiona would have happened already. Either we're on a different Neverland, or we actually caused this and we're gonna but cross time stream somehow, which can't be good. That's all I got. Either Neverland or different time streams that we're gonna cross.
Oh boy.
Okay, so the first time she died, did you guys know how she died the first time? Messed up time travel stuff that you guys actually killed her to begin with?
That's what I was thinking. We don't know quite how she died, actually.
We just knew she was dead.
We thought Evanora killed her.
Wait, where did you... I thought you met Ronnie and Noah and all this went down in Salem, right?
She shouldn't be in Altus. We shouldn't be in Altus.
So it must be a different time zone, or timeline, I mean.
Oh, goodness.
How do we get back? Is the world still ending? Maybe things are fixed.
But if this changed, then who's to say what else is going on? Like, I don't think we're seeing the bigger picture here. Like, if we're in a completely different timeline, like, who knows what happens? Like, to be completely honest, there's a very big likelihood that if we're completely somewhere new, that either we can run into other versions of ourselves, or we are the versions of ourselves, but we're now flipped out, and then who's to say you guys don't even know each other in this timeline? So what's... Oh, my head hurts.
Or if it's the same timeline and it's previous and we're in Altus, we could perhaps prevent anything from ever happening.
By killing Fiona?
I mean, that was eventually, I think that's supposed to happen. Now that's happened twice.
Yeah.
But I think maybe we can, instead of like tip over that domino, which we did, take out a domino and not so many bad things happen. Maybe Kansas isn't a place yet. What if all the magic users are dead? What if we can find Xavier, who's here in the ruminating caverns, and stop him before anything ever happens? Send him on a
What
different
if this
path.
is the worst time?
Should we try to
What
go
was that?
back? Or should we just deal with what's happening here and now?
How could we even go back? We would have to find Jupiter. She's the only one who could... Why does this keep happening to us? I'm so sick of going jumpy, timey-wimey. I don't understand. We go from the jungle, we travel through a tornado, we jump through, and it's just everywhere. Why can't we just stick in one straight line of time, and just complete our quest? Why does that never happen? I don't understand magic. I don't think I ever want it. Someone take the shard away from me.
I'll take it.
Have it.
Really?
Yeah, she takes it out of her thing, and she's having a little meltdown, okay? Too many jumps.
I'll keep it safe for you for now.
Mira, sort of still in her disbelief and not knowing what's going on, is going to look over at Sarah. It's like, we're in Altus. Do you think we can figure out anything in the capital?
I think we should go visit Holyrood.
Wait, go back to your fairy place? Isn't it super weird there?
It's not all fairy place. I mean, I'm also from there, and I'm in no way a fairy.
Yeah, we kind of inhabit the same place. The Fey realm is kind of... You remember the stories of the Under? It's kind of like that. The Sealy Court is something you could get trapped in, but you're not going to exactly see if you go to Holyrood. It's an elven city, just with Fey-ish inhabitants from time to time, like myself.
Tangible explanation here. Tara,
Yep.
what's in your bag?
Which bag? The dwarf bag?
Yes.
Well, I don't think I can figure anything else in it. I'm pretty sure if I try to put anything else in there, he's gonna pop out. Why?
If Victor's in there, that could answer a couple different questions. If he's not,
You mean,
that poses a few more.
you mean like if he's alive? I'm gonna shake out the bag of holding.
Alright, so you pull out the bag of holding, and nothing comes out.
Oh no.
I knew it!
Oh no. Oh, where is he? How long has he not been in there? I could have used this bag this whole time.
Tara, love, I don't think it goes that far back.
Oh.
So
Misplaced
don't
the
have
body.
the dead dwarf anymore. That means we don't have the dagger anymore either. Does that mean that returned back and didn't cause the end or the world or the cleansing or whatever it's called?
I don't know.
Tara,
It's
do you
not
have
dark.
I'm gonna start
Tara,
going through my stuff and see if I have the dagger and my just anything that I've picked up.
It's nothing.
Nothing.
Does Mira
You
still have a
eventually-
rock?
You eventually find that Willa's shard is now gone. The rock that you picked up, gone. Anything in the past 20 episodes, you have not kept.
What about stuff we got rid of? Do I have my amulet back?
You didn't
You
have
have
it.
What's the situation with my daylight ring?
Still have it.
Huh?
It's from the previous one of you being tied to Lucifer in the daylight.
Oh shit! Is that all undone?
I'm
Just
gonna
wait.
go cry
It's
now.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just bear with me for just a brief moment more. I need you guys just to fucking walk.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
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 Well, let's go to my house, everybody. My mama's gonna be so happy.
Okay. Do I still have my doll?
Yep.
Okay, she's like hugging it.
Oh
Wait.
shit! Does she still have her curse?
Just walk.
Okay.
Sarah's skipping. She's so happy.
Okay, so as you guys start to kind of head back into, or like walk down a path that you found, you eventually realize that the green has faded and this ruined castle unveils in front of you. You see the ruins of what a tornado has done to the Winter Palace. Everything that you have had for the past 20 episodes is still on your persons.
Sarah like immediately walks backwards. No, 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 no.
It stays that way.
Trey, you evil person.
Okay, what is going on? So
I'm just gonna like. Sorry.
no, you're fine. So I do still have Victor. Okay, all right. This isn't that weird.
Well, what was that?
What was what?
Back
Oh,
there.
that.
Out of curiosity, does she still have the rock? Okay, so, alright, that theory's out the window. Cool.
Sarah's gonna sink to her knees and just be like in despair, like, what the fuck?
Well, since everything was not topsy-turvy, should we go check to see if Noah's at the broken wheel?
I guess.
You wouldn't be in this timeline.
Oh, that's right. This time. Ugh.
He's probably wherever Ronnie is.
Why did it seem like all our stuff was gone? That doesn't make any sense.
Might be a flash of memory that we got sunk into somehow. Somebody who's calling us.
I don't feel good about this.
I don't like what. If that was real, I don't like the repercussions of what that might mean.
Especially have to go face Nathaniel now. I mean, technically we didn't kill her.
He doesn't need to
Technically.
know the details.
Well, if we're back here, that means what we just saw never really happened. Right?
Did it?
I don't know.
We'll have to ask Nathaniel when we see him. Just don't be like, oh yeah, this happened. Be like, how did your sister die, by the way? In detail.
Let's deal with what's at hand. We need to find a safe place to be, because if we're right back to where we left off, to our knowledge, we shouldn't have to be dealing with Lady Tremaine anymore. But that doesn't mean her eyes aren't on us.
Right.
Could we try that camp, but we don't know what the code was for the WLF?
Do we know where it was?
She gave it to Elliot, and Elliot was going to answer, but she wouldn't let him say it out loud.
Was taken. We gotta
We
somehow
can stay at the.
get to Kansas.
Should we just head that way?
Yeah.
What way to Kansas, though? She never gave us a
Gosh, I
location.
have no idea.
I have no idea either. I don't know what to do.
We gotta go to the Vermilion Caverns area.
You want to go
Right.
straight to Xavier? You don't
That's where
think...
Kansas is.
Is it?
Do we know that for sure?
I think I do. I think I wrote it down.
But where are the Vermilion Caverns?
Back in Altus.
So, we get passage back to Altus.
Who's left alive? We destroyed the world.
I don't know, maybe in the circumstances, it's not considered stealing if we take our own passage?
We'll have to find a boat that's not beyond repair, but we have to get to the ocean first.
Should we just start walking?
I was wrong. Ozendor is where we need to go.
That, or see if there's any horses left.
Wait, isn't Ozendor all the way back near the jungle?
Then it's in the Remaining Caverns, which is
It is?
in
Okay.
Altos.
Okay, I was alright. Okay.
I'm thinking Imperial City, sorry.
So I guess let's head to the docks. See what's left.
Why don't we take a night in Salem as a last goodbye to it? We didn't really get to say goodbye before. And the broken wheel's still here. It's a little burnt, but we haven't really gotten any rest. And yeah, we've gotten potions and gumbo and all of this, but
Yeah. I'm with Willa. I could use a rest. I'd also like to see if Madame Leota is still there.
Isn't she your dead aunt?
Yeah. We found her head in like a crystal ball, but then, you know, we didn't want to take her with us, so
Mira's walking out of the room like she's gone. She's just walking back to where she remembered the tavern was that we stopped by earlier.
Alright, I guess she didn't really want to know. Well, should we head back?
to the broken wheel.
Okay.
So you guys head through the war-torn and destroyed city of Salem. Some buildings are moldering with embers, some crushed over, some still standing, some boarded up, and it's just there's minimal people if you see anyone. Eventually, when you get back to the Broken Wheel Tavern, you see that there is a placard on the door, and there is warm light coming from the inside on all 3 floors. Does anyone speak Dwarven?
I do.
Okay.
Not this round.
Willa, you can read the placard on the door that says no admittance by order of the Munchkin.
It says no admittance by the Munchkin. Who the hell are the Munchkin?
I don't know. Screw 'em. Let's just go in.
You all enter.
Willa knocks first.
You hear a scruffling of around, and then in Dwarvish, you hear a man say on the other side, "Who is it?"
Travelers looking to put our head down on a warm bed. This was a tavern not long ago. In Dwarvish.
Your accent's a little weird, but you speak Dwarvish well. But you're not a dwarf, are you?
No, I have learned Dwarvish from my father.
How many of you are there?
5.
Any dwarves?
A fallen comrade we once had, but no, he is not with us anymore.
Hold on. And you hear some more scuffling around. And eventually the door opens into the tavern, which is kind of almost turned into a makeshift like shanty town, and it's just full of dwarves. They're all in what looks to be like barbaric clothing, animal pelts, spears, shields, axes, things like that. A ragtag refugee kind of tavern, and they all kind of look at you, and some of them whisper to each other and things like that, but you all enter.
Mm-hmm.
So as you all kind of enter into the makeshift dwarven tavern, things start to kind of pick up a little bit more as people start to whisper around. There's a fireplace going on, and all the dwarves kind of like usher you in, and a couple stand next to the door, and you see them lock the door again, and what looks to be kind of a older looking dwarf with a big monocle and this purple kind of dwarven robes. He goes in Avarian. He's like, "All right, what can the Munchkin do for you?"
In Avarian? Is that a language?
That's common.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You're okay.
We just need a place to stay, rest our head. It used to be a place that we knew. We knew past owners. And we're just looking for a place to stay the night, and we'll be out of your hair afterwards.
And they all start to kind of like look at each other, more whispers and things like that. They keep seeming to eye you a lot. They're like looking you up and down. And he said, "All right, that's fine, but it'll be a hefty fine for us to harbor fugitive outlaws."
Yeah, I forgot about that. It, look, we're not outlaws per se. It's a little hard to explain. I don't know about you, but those signs back there are from basically us being framed and being misused as many, as I've heard, um, non-human creatures have been treated in this town in the past. We
So,
mean no harm to you.
so you're not the killer of the Wicked Witch Fiona. Is that what you're saying?
Not,
Because if you were said you were, we'd let you stay free. You're one of us. But if you're saying you aren't, get the fuck out of our tavern.
I mean, it's sort of complicated. Um, I don't think we are fully responsible for her dying, but we did sort of just see the ship
Fell on her.
that we sort of came falling out of the sky from sort of impale her, if that counts.
She was murdered at her house.
Yeah, about that. We're not quite sure what happened.
Huh. Interesting.
But we are against Lady Tremaine.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're with you guys for sure.
I'm gonna speak to the council, see what you're gonna do with you, because you are all being known as the killers of the Wicked Witch of named Fiona, the one who was secret in the old times of Salem, saying that she was for the people, by the people, but really she was just collecting all the information to get people like us out of the city. I'll go talk to the council. What?
Just out of curiosity, if they're being pegged as her killers beforehand, would Mira technically have a poster
She's-
because she wasn't with them?
Guilty by association.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah. She might just have a post that's like maybe less of charges than the rest of them, but like what do you call it?
Associates.
Associate by these people. So, he goes over and speak to some of the other elders of the dwarves, and you all are kind of like looking at these dwarves sitting at 3 feet high, and all just kind of shorter than you all at chest height or higher or lower, and they all are grumbling and in a very stoic, very harsh language, and then finally, the elder comes back. He's like, "Okay, a couple of them voted for y'all to be executed. Can't have the fugitives here, and you got a big target on your back. The Wicked Witch of the West is going to come after us. She knows
Who's-
you're here.
Who's the Wicked Witch of the West?
They call her the Green One. Wears a black suit and a hat, tall and pointed, and a cloak, and flies around on just a sweeping broom. You ever
Sir?
something like that?
Sarah's gonna pick up and be like, oh, guys, that's who we're going to be looking for, kinda. Maybe kind of a win-win here.
You knew the name of the Wicked Witch of the East. Who's the Wicked Witch of the West?
No one knows their name. That's why they call him the Green One.
Okay. We'll just be here for a night.
Can we just
Okay.
rest here for today and we'll be out of here tomorrow?
Where are you headed tomorrow?
Somewhere else. Maybe to the docks to get out of here. We're not really sure. We don't have a great plan yet. We just wanted to rest.
Yeah, I suppose so. But I need to know your intentions. You're gonna go to the docks? Why not today?
We've kind of been through a
We
lot.
had a
We all have.
Yeah, but like
And
with
we-
boats specifically, I think we just want to break from the ship.
But
Like
you're
they
going
said.
to the docks?
Just not
we
today.
had
where
no
they-
choice.
Okay, well, what are you gonna do at the docks? Because there's no in and out of the passageway of the cities anymore.
There's not?
Why is
There
that?
hasn't been for a long time.
What?
Travel's been cut off.
What day is it?
Wednesday.
how long since there was a giant tornado go through here?
It's a little bit ago, actually.
Okay.
You don't remember that?
No,
Oh, yeah,
we
we do.
remember it. We're really bad with time sometimes, and so we have to use major historical events to keep track of what day it is.
You all are funny.
It's kind of little quirky thing about us. It's a long story.
All right. There's some rooms upstairs.
Thank you.
We know our way. This was our old stomping ground.
Well, like I said, tomorrow morning, what is your plan?
To go
Somehow
set
get-
things right.
What? What'd you say?
Thanks to you. I didn't say anything.
No, Tasha.
To go set things right.
You gonna speak to the wizard?
Wizard?
I mean, if that's the way we could go about that, we didn't quite have a plan of how to go about, but any information you have would be appreciated.
Want to set things right? Talk to the wizard. He's the one that's all been talked about around here. He's gonna fix things, change things forever.
Where can we find the wizard?
He lives in the city of Emeralds, north in Ozendor.
Okay.
You'll have to follow the golden path that way.
Same golden path that we read about.
What do you mean read about?
We read a book once that had probably about a golden book, and then like those crossroads, and one with the Oz, one with somewhere else. Also a crocodile. But yeah, there's something about a road that we had to follow.
Alright, yeah, I'm not following anymore, but go upstairs. You'll be bunking with the other human refugee we have here. Don't know much about her, but came with her dog.
Okay.
Alex.
Have a good night, y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So he leaves you all to kind of go up the stairs. It's a little draftier up here. Most of the bunkings for the dwarves are kind of built into the main area of the tavern with bunk beds and makeshift rooms. Eventually, you come across the door to what would have been Noah's room, and you see that the attic staircase that would have led up to the attic is completely crumbled and broken and destroyed, and they've kind of used it for makeshift storage. But you open the door, or do you knock, or do you just open the door?
Mira will knock.
You hear a little bit of a dog yapping in the background, and then you hear someone saying shh, 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 and then walks over to the doorway. You see a young girl, brunette hair, and a blue kind of war-torn dress, brown messenger bag, and rosy cheeks, brown eyes. Like she's really, really pretty. And she's like, "Oh, they didn't tell me that there were going to be more people staying with me, but hello."
Yeah, we're sort of last minute residents for the night, and we were told to share the room up here with you.
Okay, well, welcome. And she kind of adjusts her brown corset a little bit and was just taking it off, and you see that she has a sword kind of tucked at her side, and her blue traveling cloak is up on the rafter. She pulls around her pigtail, which you can see has checkered, blue and white checkered ribbons around it. She looks a little hardened, though. She's gorgeous, but she looks to be maybe in her early 20s, early to mid 20s. And then she goes over and sits down on the bed, and there is a small little dog that kind of wagging his tail and panting. And she pats him on the head and sits down, and you see that there are other beds and hammocks and bedrolls kind of spread out in the room. She's like, "My name's DG. What's yours?"
Nice to meet you, DG. I'm Willa.
Sarah's going to like not look at DG, but look at the dog, be like, "I'm Sarah," and she's gonna look at the dog, be like, "What's the dog's name?"
"Oh, this is Toto."
Oh, you're so darling.
Yeah, he's cute. I'm Tara.
"Nice to meet you."
You too.
"And you?" And he looks over at Mira.
Oh, Mira.
"Well, good to meet you all. Where are you from?"
Holleroo? Well, I'm from Holleroo, at least. And she's gonna just keep staring at the dog.
I'm from Briar Glen.
Riverside.
Hollybird as well.
So some of them are close, some of them are far away. Interesting. Kind of from here and there. A little prairie down south. Called, I'm starting to forget the names of places. It has to do with... don't worry about it. It's okay. Just know that it's a prairie down south.
Has to do with what?
Nothing. Something that I've been dealing with lately. Memory loss. It's really weird.
Like Neverland.
I was gonna say, we've heard our fair share of weird things and dealt with our fair share of real and weird things. I really doubt we won't be able to sympathize in some way.
Well, ever since I came here, the only memories I have is from the tornado that just happened about 20 minutes ago. I don't remember much.
Oh, did you get swept up in it too?
Kind of feels like it.
Sort of sarcastically.
It feels like it, but I don't know. Weird. I have faint memories, but mostly of just Aunt Em and Uncle Henry on the farm. Wonder what they're doing.
We went through a similar situation. Although we do remember it, but it seems like the tornado was only 20 minutes ago as well.
Something weird's in the air. They're labeling me as a witch killer.
Oh, you too.
Yeah, but it was these two girls. One was pink, one was green. I don't remember their names.
Well, we've sort of heard of somebody green. I don't know about a pink.
Yeah, it's alright. But I tried to tell them that I wasn't. And their leader, she told me that I need to find someone called the Wizard. Who might be able to restore my memories.
Well, apparently the wizard has information that we could use too, so... I don't know, it's been a long day.
I agree. I was just ready to turn in before you guys came in.
I have a question.
Yeah?
Did you happen upon a giant crystal ball in here?
No, but there is one down in the kitchen area where the councilmen stay. They've got some really weird things down there.
Thank you.
What about a mirror with like a talking head in it?
No talking head, but there was a really cool gold mirror downstairs. Same thing when I saw through the window. I didn't get to see in much, but why?
We stayed here a long time ago and left some stuff. We just kind of were wondering if it was still around.
Did you know someone named Noah?
Yeah, we do know Noah.
So you guys must be the people he was writing about. I found one of these books, and she pulls out a brown leather, like, diary. He's like, there's adventures and stuff of people with your names, and there's also a Victor in here. But it's weird. One of his last pages, it stops after, hold on, someone's at my window.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And he all thought you abandoned him. He was heartbroken.
We didn't mean to.
We didn't abandon him. We got time locked.
Yeah, we really didn't mean to.
At this point, Mira's sort of just gonna leave the conversation, go find a corner, and sort of sit down. Like, legs up against her chest, like, going through her bag and just rummaging through, getting her notebook out, and just sort of, she's done. She's reached her limit. Like, she's trying to, like, zone everybody else out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset anyone. I just thought you all might like to know since this book has you guys in it. But anyways, I'm so sorry.
Could I have that to hold on to? For if we ever see him again. I would like to have it back.
Yeah, and tell him to write more. He writes very well. I like his stories. And she hands you over the diary. She looks over and kind of sees to everyone sleeping. She sits down in bed. She's like, well, if you don't mind, I think I'm going to turn in. Maybe we can all see the wizard tomorrow together.
Yeah.
Is he
Sounds,
that close?
Well, at least start.
sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks, DJ.
And
You too.
she falls asleep. Toto comes up on her chest and she starts petting it, and she starts humming to him as he falls asleep, and she's like, and then she drifts off into sleep, and that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Sarah's gonna be like, humans are really weird.
That was cute.
I loved it.
Oh.
How do we feel?
Afraid of Peter Pan.
I feel that was really
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Me, I'm still a little stressed. Like, my blood pressure's still a little high from that, you know, that being thrown back situation there.
Sarah's gonna be like, we can just restart the world. Yeah. Let's go.
As for Mira, Mira's not okay. Mira's really bad right now, guys.
Yeah, we haven't had time to digress, which is I was hoping we'd be doing Neverland, but we kind of just like, let's go see Ursula. Let's get on the boat and go.
Yep.
We didn't talk about anything. Oh shit.
You'll have some time now.
Will we walk the Yellow Brick Road?
Something like that.
By the way, what does Sarah know?
Remember when she was dead, brought back to life? What's Lady Tremaine mentioned her parents? She's like, well, you have parents or family, and
Oh, okay.
yeah. And she's like,
I forgot that's not common knowledge to the rest of the group. That you only heard it.
yeah. So she's like, she should
Yeah.
secrets.
Do we have any questions, comments, concerns, clarifications, anything we need to go over? Sure. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Many of these machines have parts we can strip. Maybe I'll show you a thing or two.
What could a farmer possibly know about salvage?
Only decades of experience compared to your very brief existence.
Okay, gotta find a way into the ruins.
I told you I know how to salvage.
You do. Just not yet.
I could grab the supplies for Sakura while I'm poking around in here. That platform up there doesn't look very stable. Shooting those ropes might make it fall. There's a lot of rotting wood here. Something heavy might break it down. The supply cache should be at the top of the tower. But how to get up there? can make the platform fall. There's a crate in that room. Might be useful if I can get it out. Shooting down that platform should smash through the wooden barricade. There we go. Can't be the supplies Score wanted. Better keep looking.